We basically picked a part of the Amazon that we'd never been to and went, let's go see what's over there. And it took
You
us
just picked a spot.
We picked a spot because it was around in a place that, like, on the map, there's no towns, there's no nothing. So we said, let's go there. And it took us a week. We had to take a commercial flight to a smaller flight to a smaller flight, and then we had to take a boat for 3 days, 9 hours a day, to get to the start of the expedition.
Now, when you do that, do you check to see if there's uncontacted tribes that have been reported in those areas?
What you do is you get to the last town, and you go,
You wait.
what's that way? And they tell you. And the scariest thing, and this was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life, was that there were these tiny little people there, and so there was like normal Peruvians walking around, like loggers, gold miners. They're chainsaws. There's people who had gasoline barges. There's also prostitute boats that drive around, like brothels that go
On
up
a
and down.
boat?
Yeah, and you can pay them in wood. And we were like, what's going on with the Nawa? And it turns out that the Nawa were shooting at the oil company guys that were trying to get into this deep, again, a part of the forest that never has been accessed before. Now it's starting, people are reaching deeper into the Amazon. And the problem is they'd be going up this river, and there'd be arrows flying by them.
Oh, my God.
So how'd they solve that problem? They funded the missionaries, sent the missionaries out there to talk to the Nawa and convince them to come back to the nearest town. They're like, hola, and
How do the missionaries communicate with them?
the missionaries go, like, Bible up, and they just hope. And they just fucking hope.
Are these the Mormons? Like, what groups?
I actually don't know. 'Cause
Mormons love to do that.
I don't know what group it was. I know I saw the missionary, and he gave me a dirty, evil look and walked away. Like, this is dark shit. It was
The
dark shit.
missionary gave you an evil look.
Oh, no,
That's
these are not
interesting.
people that are okay. And so these terrified, think about this for a second.
What are the missionaries up to?
They're working for the oil companies. They're clearing out the forest. They're clearing the way. They're just doing it peacefully.
But are they actual missionaries, or are they acting as missionaries?
Whatever it is, they're going with the missionary protocol, getting these people to come in. We asked this guy, and we had to stay away because we didn't want to get them sick. And we had to say, like, what are you doing here? And the guy was like, I'm trying to go back to my house, like where I live, not my house, my jungle. And he said, these missionaries said if I came here, that then they'd help me and the food and, And they were very confused because the missionaries had brought back a boatload of them and kind of tricked them.